Hey heroes, welcome back. What is going on? It seems
Uh,
like it seems like it's always just something with this show. It's just I feel like it's always more news or a lack of news. And now here's some breaking news, right? I'm reading this from deadline.com, but it's being reported by a bunch of others as well that Barney Harris, who was cast to play Mat Cauthon
yeah.
and plays Mat Cauthon in season one, has been recast. And there's no update as to why, which is okay. I mean, it could be scheduling conflicts, could be, a bunch of other stuff. We don't know. It's
Could
just
be
it
anything.
seems
Yeah.
could be contract dispute, could be a bunch of stuff. Um, but yeah, article here I'm reading says, we'll just screen share here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we get. That's what we got it for here. So yeah, so Wheel of Time, Donald Finn to play Mat Cauthon in recasting of Amazon series as Barney Harris not returning for season 2. Donald Finn, who's in The Witcher, I don't know who he plays in The Witcher. If you could pull that up
Yeah.
while I'm reading this here. Anyway, has been tapped to portray Mat Cauthon replacing Barney Harris, who played the role in season 1, which is set to premiere November 19th on the Amazon Wheel of Time. Reasons are unclear. It does follow the expansive Robert Jordan's books. It involves a lengthy, complex overseas shoot in the Czech Republic with season 2 filming on the way. So we know that season 2 is sort of filming or underway, excuse me. It's sort of going on, right? Right now. I mean, this could push back the whole thing for season 2. Who knows? Season 1 was filmed mostly at the beginning of, in 2019 into 2020, right? Production, all that stuff was going on. And just sort of ended up getting pushed back due to COVID. And then they had to finish the final 2 episodes here. So then it just goes on to talk about what the series as we already know it. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at here. I mean, as it just seems like it's always something, man.
Well, it's always something, and I don't know. We don't know what the circumstances are behind this, and I'm always, a little leery to speculate. It could, as you said, it could be a number of things, and we have no idea. I'm always just like, if this is the case, how do you make it work in the TV show? Is it just straight up a recasting, and it's a new Dumbledore, and we just move on? It's a new, whoever, and we move on. So he in The Witcher he played Netley. I don't know who that is exactly.
Okay.
Netley.
That sounds right. I think that to me sounds like some sort of.
I don't know if
Because I read the books and the name does not come out, so I think he's just some sort of character who's there and not like anybody. He's nobody super important.
So anyway, to me, man, I was thinking about this. I'm pulling out of the driveway and I see this, and we're Wheel of Time fans. We're excited for the show. We want it to be really good, and I really hope. You never want anything bad to happen. You don't want it to be bad for any of the cast or crew or whatever. You hope everybody's able just to kind of keep moving forward. And maybe there's a good reason, or who knows? I have no idea. But the whole point is, if you are going to recast Matt, you could do it. Like, there could be some interesting ways inside the Wheel of Time. Spoilers ahead here. So spoilers ahead for the book series. There are ways in which you can bring people back in different bodies. All right, Matt's read this.
Right.
We just saw. I mean, Matt was just in the book. Was just killed in Fires of Heaven where you got to, right? Balefire brings him back. Now he comes back in the same body. But, I mean, there's a way, I guess, you could make it kind of work. Or it's just a straight recasting and we have to deal with it, and that's okay. It's a season 1 thing, and this next guy is going to be in there for the next 4 to 5 seasons. Hopefully this is what you said to me, and as I'm pulling out the driveway and you called me right away, I was like, I think you said, is this a showstopper? And I hope not. I don't think... It seems like not, right? Like they're going ahead with season 2 was already greenlit, but yet in that process, somewhere along the line, they recast him. If that's the case. Again, all rumor mill. I mean, this is, all coming from, there's multiple people talking about it, but one person, I don't know who the original article or who originally reported it, but you got Screen Rant, Dragon Mount, other people who are close to Wheel of Time community and fantasy TV shows are saying that this is happening. So, yeah, it's just, it's different, I just want the show to go forward because I like the show and I like the book series, and I want Robert Jordan's series to be scene. I want the adaptation to continue. So I just my only issue is I don't want to see. Maybe this is a really good thing, and maybe this makes the show better and it pushes it, and we all look back and say, all right, this is awesome. I mean, unfortunate for the actor, but, who knows? And maybe it's fortunate. Maybe he has a scheduling conflict and there's something else that came up and it's also a fortunate thing. We have no idea. So, but the point is, from where we sit, we just we want the show to move forward. We want there to be a good adaptation of the show. And there's it's a question mark now, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's just because, again, we want
you're
the
looking
show
a little
to be
blue,
good, and I am looking blue. I got the light. Well, it's just how the light is reflecting, hitting the.
Matt's a little
sort
down,
of a turquoise wall, and I'm also wearing a blue shirt. So it's just, it's just because I get nervous because I think that you can point to almost any time that a major character is recast. It's almost bad. Rarely are you able to recast a major character in a TV show and sort of have it work. I mean, I even think a lot of the recastings in Game of Thrones, even though sometimes you do get better actors playing them, I think it just sort of, it ruins your sense of immersion a little bit. Like, for example, in Game of Thrones, the Mountain is recast. I think he's twice. They have there's three different actors. Now, the final guy who plays him, Hathor Bjornsson, who's he is
the Mountain.
I mean, he's literally this world's strongest man, perfect for the role, and he was better than the other two guys who did it. Dario Naharis in Game of Thrones was recast. The first guy is that guy with long hair. The second guy is better. Yeah. Now, now that is how you do it, I think, in a way that sort of works, right? Like, Beric Dondarrion is recast in the show, and the second time, the other guy, I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head, but he sticks around for the whole thing. He's great at the role. But when the first time you see him, it's this in passing, only the book readers are going to know who it is. But the second time you come around, you're not even going to remember. So, that sort of works. Sometimes actors die, right? And then you have to progress forward. Harry Potter, as you mentioned, Dumbledore. Mm-hmm. That's actually one of the things where I almost, even though the actor, there's two different actors that play Dumbledore, I actually almost like that he was recast when he was. I mean, obviously the first guy who plays him dies, right? Because they sort of work as different Dumbledores for young Harry and old Harry, and they have sort of different takes on the role, and I think it almost sort of works. So it could be good, it could be, and thankfully it's if you're gonna have to have a recasting, thankfully it's early in the show, right? So this next guy whose name we just said, and I'm blanking on here, Donald Finn, who I'm very unfamiliar with, but he's going to be picking up the role in season 2, and if this is, say, 8 seasons, we'll, just remember him as Mat Cauthon, not Barney Harris. So the whole thing is just sort of, I don't know. It just causes me to question the potential success, for this show, especially going into a season 2 where next year the landscapes for fantasy sort of TV shows is going to be much tougher, and you've really got to sort of get your ground running now because could have a Witcher season 3, House of the Dragon will be back, the Wheel of Time, or the Amazon Lord of the Rings show, Shadow and Bone. I mean, there's a lot of this stuff, and we want this to succeed because I would love to see a full adaptation of this books, and so these books, and it just causes me to say it's a recasting of a major character is really never sort of a good thing.
Yeah, I'm actually on Twitter right now trying to. I think he's off Twitter, the original guy.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of
sometimes,
but I'm sure obviously there will be.
Yeah, and this happened. So and I follow Lord of the Rings as well in the Second Age series that's coming out next September. There was a big. I mean, we haven't even seen season 1 for Wheel of Time, nor have we seen season 1 for that, but like early on, this does happen sometimes. And the actor in that situation, I forget his name, he came out and basically he was cut from all of the different shots. Like his character was actually, he shot everything, he acted, he did it, but he was cut from it. I'll look him up here in a second. And he came out on Twitter and said, hey, look, they just went in a creatively different direction. Now with this, there's no way. I mean,
was that a movie you're saying?
No, that was in the TV show. That was the Wheel of Time TV show that's coming out next. Not Wheel of Time. I'm sorry. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings TV series that's coming out next September. I'll look up the actor right now, but he was one of the original people cast. You know, when like their Twitter comes out, their Instagram, his picture's there, and everyone's thinking, who is this guy? What's he going to be? He films a whole role, and then just like in the editing room, they cut him out. And then he sees the first 2 episodes and goes, wow, they cut my character. And he comes out on Twitter and he says, hey, creatively, they went in a different direction. This doesn't seem to be that type of thing. It could just be scheduling. It could be mental health. It could be all sorts of things. We have no idea. So I don't want to.
Could be.
You know.
Could be anything. Yeah. So anywho, we just wanted to pop on. Here and get your guys' thoughts. Get your guys' thoughts on it. Again, it could end up being great. 8 years from now, we could be looking back and saying, "Hey, this was this Donald Finn was really Mat Cauthon, right?" Or you could appreciate both roles of it, right?
For sure.
So there's
a
bunch of things to it, but certainly interesting, and we'll just have to see. It's gonna be really unfortunate when we watch season 1 and Barney Harris is amazing and Mat Cauthon, and then we're like, it's going to be weird.
It's going to be different, but we'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. Leave us a comment down below if you know any more about it. And again, I wish everyone, we always do, wish the cast, crew, everybody working on it the best. We never want to see something that's unfortunate. Hopefully this is a good decision for everybody involved, and that's a good thing. And we can accept that as a fandom and just go watch this awesome adaptation and go from there. So with that, friends, please subscribe, and remember that the grave is no bar to our call.